What's up, YouTube Nation? Suhrdek here, and welcome back to the fourth installment of this series. My purpose for this video is I'm going to talk a little bit about, a game that is, or I guess a franchise that has become, ridiculously popular, and in ways I can understand why, and in other ways I really can't understand. But I'm not here to dog too much. But on my previous video, I ended up talking about my history a little bit in gaming. I started playing a little bit more Halo. Well, after my freshman year of college, I went down to Texas in the summer to visit family, and all I really had was basically my Xbox and the internet to get me by. I remember my buddy, he finally got his Xbox, and he called me up one day early in the summer and was like, "Hey, you need to go get this. You need to go get Call of Duty, COD 4." And I knew a little bit about it. Like I said, I'm not a first-person shooter type guy at this time. Still don't really claim myself as being really talented or good. But anyways, he calls me up, tells me to get it, and I go and I get it. And then we convince my other friend to finally get an Xbox 360, which coincidentally I think it was his birthday. So he got one, and so from there I made the jump to the COD series. And I've stated that COD 4, it's a great game when reflecting on the games that have come out in the last 3 years. But at the time, there were some things that drove me crazy about it. But through history, you realize how good a game is, and I understand that, and that's usually how I view games. And so, with saying that, yeah, COD 4 is a really good game. And that summer, I basically became like everybody else, just completely enthralled with that game. I think what drew me towards it was, like I said, when I played the Halo, I didn't take it serious. It's very sci-fi, guns, stuff like that. It's a very fantasy-driven kind of game, futuristic, I guess. And, a lot of gamers like to have their games be real. And that aspect of Modern Warfare that it brought to the table was, it was modern-day weapons, enemies, yada yada yada, this and that, and added the other things it brought in, like the perks and the kill streaks, and it was overall combined together. It was a fantastic game. Like I said, there was things that were wrong with it, and I think some of the decisions they've made with that series going into Modern Warfare 2, and it's kind of hard to compare, like, for me, COD 4 to World at War to Modern Warfare 2, since there's Treyarch working on the World at War, Black Ops, Infinity Ward working on Modern Warfare 2 or Modern Warfare and Modern Warfare 2. So I view it as looking at the games separate from the developers who's made them. And I guess to make a quick, not a jab, but to be critical, a lot of the two games I've played so far with Treyarch developed games is I don't really like them. With World at War, coming off of Modern Warfare, well, all over the place again, I apologize. But I guess I'll just start with Modern Warfare. But that's somewhere we played, and it was a lot of fun. And, it's one of those games that you wanted to get better because of, how quickly you die and stuff like that. And you don't want to feel like you suck. And, coming from playing sports, which, are competitive and kind of breeds that competitive drive inside of you, and, being removed from that, not playing any competitive sports, but just playing gaming, it's just kind of in me. You just want to get better. And so, first off, playing COD 4, getting absolutely annihilated some games. And my buddy, who convinced me to get Modern Warfare. He's had, you know, his history of playing more shooter games than I have, but I've played more sports games than he has. But I'm mumbling, not making any sense. But anyways, point being, playing with him kind of made me be better a little bit, but I was still not a great player just on my own. I felt like I had to play with somebody, or with a social group, which that's what the Xbox allowed, and it was great. And we still actually play, well, we still play games together. You know, Modern Warfare, World at War, Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops, and, you know, Modern Warfare 3 will be the same deal. And, you know, we all play together, we all have fun, but kind of how, well, my goals is, as the games kept going, was to get better, but, you know, there's just been a lot of things with the games that have become just really frustrating, and takes really the fun out of the games themselves. And like I said, I don't take the game seriously. I mean, you're playing sometimes in the moment and something happens and you get super pissed. But that's just reactive. It's not like I put the controller down afterwards and, you know, think about, I don't know, like how to become better and, like, you know, always concerning myself with it. You know, at the end of the day, it's video games. I just want to have fun. And
you can just start over like she planned. What's the big deal?
But yeah, with the Modern Warfare game, ton of fun. Then you went to World at War, made by Treyarch, and, you know, being as noob as I was to Call of Duty series, I didn't really know for a couple months of playing that game that it was actually made by a different developer. But you can just tell from playing it, there's just a lot of things that kind of drove me nuts. But we won't talk about that. And then it went to Modern Warfare 2, which, you know, by that time, you know, it was an Infinity Ward game. Super excited. Could not wait. And then it just was what it was. I mean, all the maps were huge. I mean, that was fine. It's like, you know, things that just were overpowered without counters, i.e. one-man army, noob tubes. I mean, I understand they're trying to get they're trying to cater to a broad audience, but I mean, that game is just ridiculously frustrating. More frustrating than it was for World at War. I mean, there's a simplicity to World at War that I enjoyed, but then again, you know, they made the maps pretty big without perks that could, without the perks that, I guess, could keep you in the action, i.e. like, you know, at least with Modern Warfare 2 they added maps that were bigger, but, you know, you had a perk like Marathon and Lightweight. You know, you can get around pretty quick, you know, and they even had Attack Insert, which came back to blow up in their face. And, you know, thinking about Modern Warfare 3, I wonder if they're actually bringing that back. Haven't stated if they are not, but it's surprising to see a lot of people aren't questioning if they're bringing that back or not. Anyways, there's about a couple minutes left, so hopefully I can wrap this all up. Yeah, then I've played through the COD series all the way up to Black Ops, and I guess to quickly talk about Black Ops, you know, it was a game that took the things from Modern Warfare 2 and did some things that I think were welcomed with a lot of open arms, and then a lot of criticism for, well, for me, I think the inclusion of, like, perks like its flat jacket, like explosives, anti-explosives were addressed, and, you know, that cut down the frustration. And they also added, you know, they got rid of stopping power and added beefed up damage, so, you know, you had to be accurate with guns and whatnot. But then again, you know, they made guns like the FAMAS, and also just being the way Call of Duty games are, the connection is such a big advantage. And, you know, if you didn't have that, you know, good luck. It was gonna be frustrating, and you know that's why. I mean, I wouldn't expect any Black Ops videos because I don't have any, and then also, I couldn't play the game. I almost not raged, but more or less just really aggravated. Couldn't use a lot of the guns that I really wanted. Like, I'm a shotgun player. I love playing aggressive like that, and you know, being shotguns as they were, they just became really underclassed by pretty much everything else. And this video is wrapping up, so thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the next video in the series. Thanks.